So the last part of It Ain't Necessarily So is about 1 and a bit bars, 1 and a bit lines long. We deal with these different triplet kind of sections. So we've got crotchet, crotchet, and then 4 joined up semiquavers, all in that one triplet rhythm. So when we're doing this, it's quite like you have to match it up to the speed of the rest of the thing and keep your timing right. So this bit I found quite challenging because at the end we also have some lovely double stops that are in octaves. So when you're in octaves, it means the bottom note is going to sound the same as the top note because it is the same note, just higher up and lower down. So playing them together, you have to get them right, otherwise the person listening to the octaves are going to know if something is out of tune, because literally they're the same note. If one's wrong, then it will be fractionally wrong because you're playing octaves. The intonation, you will hear so clearly it to be wrong, and it will sound really dissonant and not nice, because you'll know that the implication is it's supposed to be the same note, you're supposed to play it in tune. So playing that together and getting the hand stretch position is a real big challenge for me. Double stops are already, I find, difficult, and then having to get that stretch in, having to get that tuning so spot on is really hard. So when I'm in this bit, my concentration has to be solely on those double stops. If I'm thinking about anything else, they're probably going to be out of tune. And then we have like this small gliss at the end, which is just obviously it didn't sound like that. I'm hoping it didn't sound like that, but it's this very fast slide up and then take your finger off, and it goes suddenly up to forte, which probably is one of the few dynamics we have in the piece right at the end there. So we have to make sure that really stands out and it's a good end to the piece, because we've been through so much with this piece that at the end you really want that big finish, as big as possible. Although it's quite high up and it's quite challenging, we have to make it as big a ending as possible. So I'm going to play this bit for you now. The way I've kind of been practicing this actually is just, I've focused on those double stops mostly, and then slowing it down. Slowing it down, I think, is the main pattern of what I've been doing with this part of the piece, because you can play it in rhythms and you can play around with it, sure, but in the end you're going to have to get those notes right, and I think that's the essential part of this bit. As I've said for a lot of this piece, the intonation, the accidentals are the most challenging thing that you can do here. So getting this bit right, because it's your ending and it's probably one of the most challenging in terms of intonation, you really, really have to make sure that you get it bang on right, because you don't want this dissonant ending. And yeah, I like the playfulness he's kind of the composer's ended it on. It's really nice, it fits in, it's comical, just like the rest of the piece, but as unique as all these different parts of the piece are as well. So I'll play it for you now, and this will be my last practice video of It Ain't Necessarily So. You see what I mean about that gliss? Gotta make sure that's really big and dramatic, and I hope it will be on the day. And obviously there I started on the wrong bow, but again I'll know for next time not to do that. So thanks guys for watching, and here we are.